Everybody's attention now.
This is it, Josh! This is it!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a very special edition of WrestlePoint. Today is episode 1 of our new series. If you haven't been keeping up, we are starting a new series we're calling Fantasy Booking, where we made a list of 10 not necessarily events that we think are going to happen, but just 10 just random events that we just thought of, whether it be, title changes, factions, invasions, stuff like that. And we spun a wheel, we each got an event to book, and today is the first round of going over what we did. So if I remember correctly, we're going to have Cody in just a few seconds going first. He's booking the 4 Horsemen of WWE if they were booked as a legit faction. Then Dom is going to do his booking of an AEW invasion of WWE, and then I'm going to wrap it up with booking the breaking Ric Flair's 16 World Championship record.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Cody, you going first, right?
I am.
We're voting on it, right? Like on who's we like the best.
Yeah. So like basically, Eric will vote for who he likes better between me and Dom's. Dom will vote for who he likes better between me and Eric, and I'll vote for who I like better between Dom and Eric. And we'll just whoever we think.
Yeah, to give everyone an idea of the quality of what you're going to hear. Cody and I have been working on ours for about a week, and Dom just started his like an hour ago.
So it should be fun. Yeah. Let me just. So you can go to the banner, Dom. I think for me.
Yeah.
So I wrote. This is my notes.
Oh, you actually wrote it down. Mine's just in here.
Oh, I wrote mine down too.
I wrote it down. There was no way I was remembering all this stuff.
Me neither.
All right. So I'm booking the 4 Horsemen in a stable, in a faction.
Dom, you want a full screen Cody for this?
No, don't full screen it. Don't full screen.
Great idea.
No, don't full screen it. I'm not talking until you full screen it.
You're the one. This is your segment. What are you talking about?
I want to see your reactions.
Fine.
God, I don't like my face being full. Make me.
I don't blame you, but still.
Wow. All right, so my booking is not starting.
Great start.
I'm choking. Let me get a sip of water. All right. So I'm not having them start off in a faction. I'm doing so. Mine starts at Royal Rumble 2022. The last 5 before the 30th entry, or the last 4 is Liv Morgan, Sasha Banks, Bianca, Zelina. Number 30 hits. Bayley comes back. So let me give you preface on this. Right now, the champions are as follows: NXT champion Raquel Gonzalez, Raw Women's Champion Charlotte, SmackDown Women's Champion Becky, and then the tag team champions is Bianca and Sasha. They're the SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions. So Bayley wins the Rumble. She eliminates Sasha to win. So because Bayley eliminated Bianca, Sasha tried to uppercut her or clothesline her, Bayley just threw her. So Bayley wins, and she has this promo on Raw. She's happy to be back. She is a full blown face. She's not a heel. She's a face right now. And she said she will make her decision once the Elimination Chamber is over. So Elimination Chamber, Becky, Charlotte retain the title. Bayley comes out, looks at them both, just walks away. So we still don't get a reaction of what she wants. And then let's see. So my notes are all over the place. So Raquel Gonzalez is on NXT. She opens up an open challenge. Mandy Rose accepts it. Raquel Gonzalez absolutely obliterates her. And then Bayley's music hits. And Bayley challenges her to a WrestleMania match for the NXT Championship, which is really weird. People are like, "What the hell?" So, but they accept, shake hands. So we're at WrestleMania now. So Becky and Charlotte both successfully defend their titles, so they're done for the night. Bailey versus Raquel. As soon as the match starts, Raquel goes to shake Bailey's hand, and Bailey just goes, and then Charlotte jump the barricade, attack her before the match starts. But Raquel, as the fighting champion that she is, she stands up. She's like, I'm ready to go. And Bailey sucker punches her once. The belly. Bailey is the new NXT champion. But there's no Sasha. There's no Sasha at all right now. So, sorry, I'm getting okay, so now Bianca goes to Sasha backstage. She's like, "Are you?" Because when Bailey put that up, she's like, "Are you siding with Becky and Charlotte? Are you gonna turn on me or what's going on?" She's like, "I have nothing to do with them. I haven't talked to them in months, other than the Royal Rumble when Bailey beat you up, took me off. I don't have anything to do with them." So later that night, it shows backstage camera of Charlotte and Becky and Bailey assaulting Sasha, attacking her. Bianca's nowhere to be found. So Bianca challenges Becky and Bailey to a match for the tag team championships. But before the match can start, Sasha is shown attacking Becky backstage. So it's a 2-on-1 handicap match. Bianca and Sasha versus Bailey for the tag team championships. What happens is they're beating Bailey down all match. Bianca goes for a little flip, and Sasha super kicks her. Bailey pins her, and Sasha and Bailey are the new tag team champions. Kind of like what they did in NXT TakeOver when Roderick Strong joined the Undisputed Era. So all four of them are aligned now. They end the show all raising the belt. So let's see. I wrote a lot. Jesus Christ. So this is at Money in the Bank now. Money in the Bank, 6 women. They're fighting for the championship. None of the champions are in the ring, obviously. Shayna Baszler wins the Money in the Bank contract. But right when she takes it off, the 4 horsewomen jump her back. They attack her. Sasha opens the briefcase, takes the contract, rips it up. You see all the paper falling, and yet again, the 4 horsewomen are raising their titles long and high up in the ring. And so now we're jumping to Survivor Series. We haven't seen Shayna in months from the beatdown, but Shayna comes back, and she's not alone. She gets beat up again when she confronts the 4 horsewomen, but now Ronda Rousey's music hits. So you have, and then Bianca comes out. So you have Ronda Rousey, Bianca Belair, Shayna Baszler, and Nia Jax.
Wow.
So they challenge them to a Survivor Series match, but not only a Survivor Series match. If they win, if Ronda Rousey's team wins, they take all the titles away from them. If the other 4 horsewomen win, they get to control Monday Night Raw for 4 weeks, just like Survivor Series back in 2005, where the Chris Jericho and Randy Orton stuff controlled Raw. So this is not even close. The horsewomen beat them 4-0. Nobody even gets pinned. They all destroy them. And the next night on Raw, they unveil the WWE Women's European Championship and hand it to Sasha Banks. So now Sasha has Sasha is the only one without really a solo title. So now they're all how many championships? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 championships. They're destroying everything. They at the Slammy Awards now. So I mean, I know I'm jumping right. This one's harder than you think to book. So the Slammy Awards go around. Stephanie McMahon comes out. She announces the SmackDown Women of the Year, and she announces that it is Bianca Belair wins it from all she did the past year because she was champion for so long. Before Bianca can even come out and accept it, the horsewomen attack Stephanie McMahon, throw her off the stage. Obviously, this isn't gonna happen. This is gonna happen because Stephanie McMahon ain't taking no bump like that. They throw her off the stage and throw the slammy pedestal onto her, so then they write Stephanie off TV. So like basically the four horsewomen are controlling everything around the women's division. So all right, so now I'm at Royal Rumble. So at Royal Rumble 2023 now, Royal Rumble, we're getting close to the end here. We're getting close to the end. They've been controlling everything for Raw for the past, Raw and SmackDown for the past almost year now. So Sasha is the only one that's in the Royal Rumble. So, but at the end of the day, Bianca wins the Royal Rumble, and Sasha confronts the three women backstage like, I helped you all this time. You don't do anything for me. You can't. You seen that I was going over the top rope. You didn't come out to help me. So there's a little tension there. Becky gets in the Sasha's face. They push each other, but no fight breaks out. So they're still together. There's these teases of dissension between everybody. So in the Elimination Chamber now, it is Sasha's in the match with Becky. Becky has to defend her title in the Elimination Chamber. So, at the end of the day, Liv Morgan wins the Women's Championship because Becky was getting pinned, and Sasha just looked on and didn't do anything. So, there's a real dissent. Like, Sasha is, like, out of control. She's like, you ain't going to help me, I'm not going to help you. So, Becky ends up losing it. Liv Morgan wins, we all celebrate, and then backstage, there's a fight that breaks out. Everybody's going after each other. No, they're done. They're done. They're completely. You know what? Screw this. Sasha challenged Becky to a match at Mania. Becky accepts, so we have that for right now. But a couple weeks before WrestleMania begins, Stephanie McMahon returns. She's like, well, you guys have been running crazy around here, so this is what we're going to do. There's going to be a fatal four-way match for all the championships, winner take all. And none of you will ever get a rematch again for it. Because you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you guys. So at WrestleMania, we have Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bayley for all the titles. Great match, and of course, we know who wins. The boss, Sasha Banks. Sasha has all the titles celebrating, and then Shayna Baszler's music hits. Shayna hits her in the head with the Money in the Bank briefcase. It gets in the mic and says, just because you trashed the contract doesn't mean it still isn't valid. And Shayna Baszler pins Sasha 1, 2, 3 and becomes the NXT, Raw, SmackDown, and tag team champion, and that's how the story ends.
She's like old over here.
And you know what that means? She's the tag team champion, so I'm sure she comes out the next night on Raw and brings back Nia Jax to be your partner.
Yeah.
Bingo.
It was harder than you would think.
No, I understand. Mine was a bit more daunting than I initially thought too.
I should have just read off the thing I had, but I didn't want to
I think mine might have been the easiest to book since mine's literally just kind of one thing.
Okay, should I go now? Okay.
Yeah.
So before I start this, I want to preface a couple things, right? So you guys understand. So when the biggest comparison when you have an invasion, right? It's the WCW one. In this scenario, WWE doesn't buy AEW, right? They just have a partnership. Not like, oh, we're gonna be partners with them, but like in the business fund, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I also wanted to make sure that that AEW versus WWE is like part of the story of each company, but not the story. Like there's still gonna be the AEW is gonna have a lot of their shows are gonna be still on the characters they're building. like the feuds they have, and WWE's gonna have the same. They're gonna still have their feuds. It's not gonna be like WCW, WWE. Like the whole story is them colliding, and you see that every show. Like you see some of it each show, but it's not gonna be the whole show entirely. So I just want to preface that before. So we started SummerSlam. 1 second. My dog wants to go outside, apparently. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so it starts at SummerSlam 2021, and it goes like normal, right? In the end, Brock Lesnar comes to confront Roman, but this time it's Jon Moxley. So Jon Moxley confronts him and thrashes him, right? Then the next night on SmackDown, Roman cuts the
Raw or SmackDown?
SmackDown, my bad. SmackDown. He's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on with him. I thought he was dead for a second, like I don't know where he disappeared. And then John comes from the crowd. He's like, Roman, I didn't come here to thrash you. I don't even care about being the champion. Honestly, I just see you and Seth as a changed man, and I don't like it. And they have a feud, and he's like, I came here from AEW, yes, but I am not AEW. I go to other promotions too. I'm just here to set you straight because I don't like where you're going, like the direction he's going, his personality. Because I know the real Roman Reigns, whatever. And then Seth is like, whatever, bro. I don't care about you or Roman. I just want the WWE Universal Championship. So that's gonna be booked. They're gonna have an Extreme Triple Threat at Extreme Rules. Great match, of course. Better than their actual triple threat match in Money in the Bank, which was 2016, something like that. And Roman wins by pinning Moxley through the table. He spit him through the table, and then he pinned him, right? And afterwards, nothing really happens. Brock Lesnar comes out and did what he did in SummerSlam. They would still have the Crown Jewel. The Crown Jewel card in general looks basically the same. I would say exactly the same as the actual one is, right? So that's the only different storyline right now. But then the Monday night after Crown Jewel, Big E retained his championship. He says, I'm happy to be here. I'm your WWE champion. He does his little spin. And then all of a sudden, you hear, wait a minute. And you see Taz come out. He's like, champion? I know stronger guys than you. And then all of a sudden, Will Hobbs comes, claps him in the back. And that's it for this week. Next week, Taz lobbies for to Adam Pearce for a match. He's like, it doesn't even have to be a championship match. It just has to be a match because Will Hobbs will squash Big E. They'll have the match. Big E wins. This was the very first match of Monday Night Raw, right? Then Kevin Owens has a match against, I don't know, some jobber. It doesn't really matter. And then all of a sudden, you see Malachi Black, Black Mask Kevin Owens, and just leave. And they're like, and the commentator's like, wait a minute, Aleister Black, no, that's Malachi Black. Wait a second. And it's like the continuation of the feud that we're gonna have, right? And then El Idolo later that night, Damian Priest has an interview, and El Idolo attacks him. And he's like, oh, you are not the right guy for my business, whatever, right? And then next week, the week after, this is all Monday Night Raw, Vince McMahon comes out. He's like, what is this crap? Why are the AEW guys coming to WWE? Adam Pearce, Sonya Deville, come out here. They haven't explained themselves, right? And then all of a sudden you hear music you don't know. And then all of a sudden you see Tony Khan come out. I didn't expect to see you. But hey, it's nice to meet you. And he just leaves. He doesn't say anything more. And Vince McMahon is having an anger. Adam Pearce and Sonya, this is bullcrap. You're fired. And he fires them. He's like, I'm back in control now. So even your own talent, they're not WWE guys, superstars. Okay. So the next week happens, right? And he's like, now that I'm in the control, things are gonna change around here, right? We're only gonna have like 3-4 guys, and everybody who else is not a WWE guy, they must leave. because only WWE guys for WWE. And then Tony Khan comes again, right? But he comes with the Super Elite, and he's like, "Sorry, I didn't explain myself." Tony Khan's like, "Sorry, I didn't explain myself, but we're not here to invade. We're not WCW, and we're not here looking to be bought out." And Vince is like, "Yeah, damn right. I can buy you right now if I wanted to, but I don't. I don't want your trash talent." And then Tony's like, "We just want to prove that we're just as good, and we're ready to prove that with a friendly old competition. My talent and your talent." And Vince is like, "No, we don't have nothing to prove to you. We're $1 billion company. You guys are just a buck compared to the might that is WWE." And then that leads to nothing. Then the next week happened, right? And Big E is having a title match against, I don't know, Jeff Hardy, whatever. He beats him. And then all of a sudden you hear Super Cake Party, and then the Young Bucks come out. And then Big E's like, come here. And then all of a sudden you can see it's a very close shot to Big E, right? But all of a sudden you can see him raise, and they're like, and people are like, what the hell's going on? And then you see him take the one-winged angel, and then Kenny's like, "And your new WWE World Champion, Kenny Omega," and he just runs around, and then the other goons of the Super Elite come out, just celebrate, and then they have confetti come out, and Kenny Omega's holding the WWE Championship. Then the next week, New Day come out on AEW Dynamite and attack the Young Bucks, and they cost them their match with the who's the champion right now? The
Lucha Bros.
Yeah, because they were gonna have a match, and then Kofi and Xavier costed that. And then next week on Raw, the Big E is like, "You know what? I had enough of this. If you want a match, Kenny, we can have it at AEW or WWE. It doesn't matter. I will beat the hell out of you because you're not ready for Big E." It's like Goldberg impression, apparently. And then all of a sudden, you see Kenny and the Super Elite be like, "You know what? I'm tired of you. No more talk. I'm gonna kick your ass." And then it just started storming, right? And then the WWE locker room comes from behind them, from the crowd, because they were, I don't know how they hit, but they just all come from the stands. They're like, "If you want to fight us, you have to fight us, all of us." And then he's like, "Okay, Super Elite against WWE Raw roster. Okay, how about this?" And then all of a sudden you see a bus pulling up, and it says AEW, and you see Chris Jericho come out. He's like, "Well, I remember Raw is Jericho," and then a bunch of WWE AEW guys come through the locker room, beating up anything, destroying everything, destroying Titantrons, all of that stuff. And then they have a big brawl. This is kind of like the NXT version, but they have a big brawl. And then Vince, and then all of a sudden you see Vince McMahon on the phone in the backstage. He's like, "What is this crap? I thought I hired better security." And then all of a sudden, see him tap his you hear a knock on his door, right? And he's like, "Okay, just give me 1 second." And he's like, because he's like, "Okay, maybe it's Roman, maybe it's somebody, I don't know, maybe it's Stephanie."
I know who it is. Can I
and
guess?
He opens the door, and then CM Punk's like,
I knew it.
"Hello, Vince," and he just GTS's him, lays him out, and the show closes. Then next week, when in like a
CM Punk
in like a wheelchair and everything, Vince is in the ring. He's like, "You know what? This is crap. My WWE guys are stronger, and I'm gonna prove it. For Survivor Series, we're gonna have a match, a traditional WWE Survivor Series match, 5-on-5. My five best guys versus yours, and we will show the WWE will squash the buck that AEW is." Tony Khan comes out. He just says, "Sure," and leaves.
Sure.
And then also, then I think Becky Lynch is on Raw, right?
Yeah, I guess you could put her on either show. I feel like for this.
Britt Baker attacks her. She's like, "You know what? I'm just
Yeah,
better
you
than
can
you."
put her on either show because you have everybody on different shows, so they're moving around everywhere.
That's true. Britt Baker attacks Becky Lynch, she's like, you know what? I don't really care about this AEW thing, but now this whole commotion come up, I just want to prove that I'm better than you. And then Becky Lynch is like, oh, really? Who do you think you even are? You're just Adam Cole's boyfriend. I mean, girlfriend. And I'm going to prove that. And she's like, and you're just Seth Rollins' wife. And she's like, okay, I'm the man. I'm the man. And you're what? A dentist? The dentist will beat the man. I don't need to have a dentist match. So they're gonna have a match. They're gonna have a match at Survivor Series. Then Kenny's my guys are better than yours. We already proved that when we played against you in Street Fighters all these years back.
Oh God.
With the C Elite, and we're gonna kick your ass. We'll beat you in Street Fighter and in the ring. And then Biggie's like, bring it. Then they have then Survivor Series happens. So the side of WWE, they have Kevin Owens, Edge, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, and Finn Balor versus CM Punk, of course, Malachi Black, Miro, MJF, and Daniel Bryan.
I wonder who the sole survivor for this match is going to be.
Ryan Danielson.
You'll see. So first, Britt Baker actually beats Becky with help from Reba and Rebel and Hater. Then the Young Bucks actually beat Biggie. Xavier Woods gets pinned by Kenny Omega after that one-hit Angel, and then I'll get into more of the in-depth with the Survivor Series match, right? So they have the match. MJF gets eliminated first by Seth Rollins, right? Then Bobby
young talent.
I know. Then Miro defeats Bobby. Finn Balor defeats Daniel Bryan, right? Seth Rollins gets defeated by Malachi Black. Then Edge defeats CM Punk via spear. So it's two left, Malachi Black and Miro versus Kevin Owens and Edge, right? And Whiteman Edge actually spears Miro, Edge and Kevin Owens against Malachi Black, right? And then Edge, right when he is about lines up the spear for Malachi, Kevin Owens stunners him. Edge gets pinned by Malachi Black. And Kevin Owens leaves the ring, and grabs it. Tony Khan comes out, and Tony just hands him an AW shirt, and he's like, "This is where I belong." And basically, he betrayed the WWE side, right? So we hear nothing from them. Vince McMahon is like, "I'm glad these hooligans are gone." You know, Kevin Owens is gone. It doesn't matter. We'll move on with our own show, right? So the weeks passed, right? And then Tony Khan in a segment with Vince McMahon, he like calls him and like, well, we won. We're supposed to get something. He's like, well, what do you want? And he's like, okay, just give us 5 Royal Rumble spots, and after that we'll leave you alone. He's like, deal, right? So they have the whatchamacallit? They have the little matches, the little tournaments in Dynamite. Who gets the spots? The spots are earned by Darby Allin, Jack Hager, Pac, and Chris Jericho. And then there's a surprise. So the Royal Rumble happened. Darby Allin comes out first, right? He gets basically beaten up by everyone, but he's gonna be an Iron Man in this scenario. Pac comes out. He beats up a couple. He gets thrown out. Then Jack Hager actually eliminates Bobby Lashley, and he eliminates Randy Orton and a couple other guys. Then Chris Jericho comes out. Chris Jericho has his long ass entrance, right? Jack Hager's happy to see him. Jack Hager gets eliminated before he comes out. Chris Jericho's like, what the hell? And then he runs in and he gets eliminated in 5 seconds. So Chris Jericho's out in 5 seconds, but he gets a standing ovation.
Oh, you really buried him.
Yeah. And then
I love it.
And then basically Finn Balor and Seth Rollins are fighting at 29. There's just 2 of them. And then Seth Rollins tries to throw at Finn Balor, but Finn Balor counters it. Finn Balor's the last one standing, and the number 30 spot's about to hit. And who comes out? None other than Kenny Omega. Finn Balor is like stunned, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing here? I thought you're done." And then Kenny Omega's like, "That's the whole what
Too sweet.
Bullet Club too sweet." They did it too sweet, and then Finn Balor's like, he shrugs, and then all of a sudden, V-Trigger, One Man Angel, you're out of there. Kenny Omega wins the Royal Rumble. But, and I did miss a part. So before the Royal Rumble, right? I'm sorry to backtrack. Roman Reigns says, "I don't care if AEW won this little feud in Survivor Series because they are defeating mainly Raw, SmackDown talent. If I were there, it would be a different story. They don't want to face me. They don't want to invite SmackDown, because it's the big dog's territory. I'm the head of the table. Nobody wants to come near me. Nobody can beat me. There's a reason I can beat everyone." And then the week after, Kenny comes out with to Roman to face with Roman and the Usos and Paul Heyman, all of them. And he's like, "Well, I have a shot at WrestleMania for the championship. And guess who I want to face?" And then they do the whole hoo, 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 hoo. And then they can't naked Matt Jackson, they pointed at Kenny. He's like, "Me, I want to face you." And then Roman's like, "I guess so. I'll squash you like everyone else." And he's like, "Well, I just wanted to warn you. We're gonna beat you up pretty bad." And then all of a sudden, you see Adam Cole super kick Paul Heyman, and he's like,
"Oh no!"
And then they just run, and then all of them, the whole Super Elite, ran out the ring and just retreat while Roman's just pissed there.
All right, Dom, your 15 minutes are coming up.
Wait, yeah, I'm almost done. So, basically that's it. Then the small, that's the WrestleMania match. This is all night one. This Roman's gonna have a night 2 match with the WWE champion. McMahon's like, "We're not letting some WWE, some AW smart take the WWE championship away. You're gonna defend it twice." Roman's pissed, but he's like, "You know what? I'm the big dog. I can do it." The Usos are gonna challenge the Young Bucks, or they're gonna face each other. Britt Baker says, "Hey, I want to face Charlotte." Charlotte's like, "You know what? I'm the best in the world. Whatever. I'm gonna defeat you." John Cena comes back, right? And he's like, "You know what? I'm not here to start any new feuds with AEW guys. They seem okay. They're doing their own thing. But I'm here because I see an opportunity to finish one of my greatest rivalries, and that is CM Punk." CM Punk accepts the challenge. CM Punk was John Cena as well. And then Cody is going to face Triple H because they have starting a Twitter feud. He's
the kings of the shovel.
Yes. And
If
they're going to
have Cody beat Triple H. If you
sanction match, okay? And then the only thing else I want to point out before we get into the last 5 matches at WrestleMania is the only person that's been joining this AEW stuff is AJ Styles, because he seems to always, anytime the Super Elite invades or comes to SmackDown or Raw, he always hangs out with the Good Brothers, making jokes, stealing people's money. And he's like, "You know what? This is great. Can't you guys stay here forever?"
Beat up John Cena.
He's like, "No, we can't." He's like, "Well, let's just beat up a couple." And they've been tag teaming the Good Brothers and AJ Styles. And he's like, "Look, this is my brother Almas." And then it's just like, he's pretty big. He's like, "But he's a good brother. Yeah, he's not a nerd." Stuff like that.
All right, Dom, come on.
Okay. Okay. So Britt Baker loses against Charlotte clean. Young Bucks loses against the Usos clean. John Cena and Punk have another 5-star feud. John Cena taps him out.
Oh,
wow.
Then Cody and Triple H. Cody's about to win. Then he pulls out a shovel from the ring, right? Then when he's about to hit him with the shovel to end it, Vince McMahon from behind comes with a sledgehammer, gives it to Triple H, or offers it to Triple H. Then Triple H takes the shovel instead and hits him, Cody with it straight in the head. Cody starts bleeding. Triple H pins for the win. And then Kenny Omega with his Roman. Great match. But Kenny Omega wins the championship, right? And then night 2, The Rock comes and wins the Universal Championship from Kenny Omega. And that's how it ends.
I have a question.
Okay.
Just one question. Does Roman at any point kick out of the one-winged angel?
I haven't thought of that. Let's say he does. Let's say it takes 3.
I feel like he'd be the right person to kick out of it.
I have to say, I didn't know you hated CM Punk so much. He just kind of he was kind of just on his back the whole time. And also, I'm very glad when you said there was going to be a surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble. I thought for sure you were going to have the Orange Cassidy, and I was going to walk, and I was going to get up and leave.
But I didn't want everybody like from the AW to get a shine.
I'm very glad Orange Cassidy was nowhere to be found here.
Yeah, no Orange Cassidy. One Darby appearance. I just wanted to focus on like a couple of guys and make that the vocal point. So there, it took a while to explain, but yeah, that's my.
All right, we can talk about each other's storylines after.
Yeah, so
get there.
Yeah, I'll get mine's not nearly as long as I don't think mine's
mine was pretty long gonna be.
That's what Eric always says, and then he goes longer than anybody.
So, this time I'm confident that I'm shorter than Dom. As Dom's like 20 minutes, but
I had a whole invasion.
Anyway,
so
mine was breaking Ric Flair's title record. So I had to take a couple of liberties because obviously there's only one person that's even tied with him right now. So I set mine. I just kind of picked a random year. So I said 2023 just to give some guys a chance to catch up. So mine takes place from the night after Elimination Chamber 2023 to WrestleMania 2023. So it's the night after Elimination Chamber. And start off with the WWE champion AJ Styles. He walks out. He's got a heavy limp. His arm's in a sling because on the previous night he defended his title in the main event and he retained obviously, but he sustained a bunch of injuries. So he unfortunately had to relinquish the title because he was no longer able to compete. So he called out Shane and Stephanie to tell him because they didn't know he hadn't been cleared. So this comes as a huge shock to everybody. Shane and Stephanie just kind of look at each other as they go to break, and throughout the show, you see just small clips of them backstage saying, like, I don't know what we're going to do. Like, what do we do? The WWE needs a champion. And then at one point, you see a clip in the backstage, and Shane's like, I have an idea. Let me make a few calls. And then you keep seeing these little clips, and now they're getting more and more excited. They say, like, I can't wait for our big announcement at the end that's going to close the show. So to close the show, they both come out to address the elephant in the room. Yes, our champion just relinquished. So we obviously need to find a way to fill this title again. So they said currently there are 4 people who are tied with Ric Flair's 16 world championships, and they call them out one by one. They call it John Cena, obviously, Triple H, Randy Orton, and Edge. And they all gather in the ring. They say, so you 4 are currently one of you 4 will main 2 of you will main event WrestleMania. One of you will walk out as a 17-time world champion. But how are we going to get there? At Fastlane, there's going to be a match to determine which 2 of you it's going to be. And you guys know that I hate Fatal 4-Ways, so I was never going to have a Fatal 4-Way. So I want to do something that I don't know if we've ever seen this. We might have seen it once or maybe once. But so they said, we're going to have a tag team match. The tag team that wins, those 2 guys are going to go one-on-one in the main event of WrestleMania. They announce the teams. Obviously, the team they choose Randy Orton and Edge are going to go against Triple H and John Cena. So immediately, Randy Orton and Edge are super excited because it's a tag team match. They're rated RKO. They're an actual tag team. They have a huge advantage. And Triple H and John Cena, they don't look very happy, and they start complaining like, "No, these guys are an actual tag team. This isn't fair." And Shane McMahon just looks at Triple H. He says, "You're the cerebral assassin. Figure something out." And Stephanie, Shane, and rated RKO, they leave, leaving John Cena and Triple H looking disheveled, already defeated. And that's how they close the show. The following week on Raw, you see rated RKO. They're cocky. It's supposed to be a training video. They're not even training. They're talking about how easy it's going to be. They're not even facing a real tag team. And You see Triple H and John Cena, they're also having training videos. They just can't get it right. They're, neither of them are really tag team wrestlers, and they've never tagged together that I can remember. So they're just having all kinds of trouble, and they're like, I don't know what to do. And Triple H, he says, Shane said I'm the cerebral assassin, right? Well, I made a call to a couple friends that are gonna help us. They're gonna help us get right. And then they go to break. No. Mm-mm. So that's how the show closes. We're not getting too much. So then the following week, we're getting. This is what I want to do. You guys know my kind of leading up to big matches. I try to keep them apart. I want to keep them apart as much as possible. So we're getting a lot of vignettes. We're getting a lot of videos. We're getting a lot of pumped up promos and just training videos. So we get back to Triple H and John Cena are in the ring. They're talking about how they're having a really hard time getting on the same page as a tag team. Rated RKO comes out to talk just to talk shit. They're talking shit straight from the ramp. They're like, I don't know why you guys are even trying. We're gonna kick your ass. We've been tag team champions together before. We're one of the, in their minds, we're the greatest tag team of all time. What are you guys gonna do? And Triple H says, well, we made a call to one of the actual greatest tag teams of all time. We got ourselves a couple of coaches. And out walk, you guys might not know the names, but you're going to know the tag team.
New Day?
No. Out walks Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton, the Rock and Roll Express. One of the greatest tag teams of all time. These guys are going to be their coaches. I didn't think you guys would pop for
Are these people still alive?
Yeah, they are. They are.
They must be like 90.
So out come the Rock and Roll. Rated RKO looks stunned, like what the hell is going on? That's how the show ends. So then leading up to Fastlane, we get more training videos, except this time Triple H and John Cena, they're looking like a well-oiled machine. They're getting really confident. Rated RKO, they're starting to get really nervous because now they actually have to train because they're going to face a legitimate, like well-oiled tag team. And they start getting frustrated with each other because their training sessions are not going very well and they're starting to lose confidence. So then the night, the go home Raw before Fastlane, we get the contract signed, and it's because I hate contract signings that end in brawls, so there's no brawl. There's just really pumped up promos. Everyone's talking shit. They're talking about their own legacies, what this is going to mean, and that's how they go off the air. And then at Fastlane, we get a great tag team match in the main event. 20-plus minutes of fantastic storytelling, hard-hitting action, lots of great psychology because these are four great ring psychologists. But in the end, Edge hits a spear on Triple H, 1, 2, 3. Rated RKO is going to WrestleMania to go one-on-one in the main event. As they're they get their hands raised. Edge is celebrating in the ring. Randy's celebrating in the ring. But then, because they're officially opponents, Randy turns them around, hits the RKO out of nowhere to set up the one-on-one feud. And then same thing with the build-up to WrestleMania. They're not touching that much. But I decided I wanted to do something. I don't know if WWE's ever done it, but I think this is really effective in things like UFC and in boxing. The go-home Raw before WrestleMania, they have a press conference. Just like you see with boxing, just like you see with UFC, a big long table. You got Randy here, you've got Edge here, and you've got kind of the host here. So they can fire up at each other all they want, and there's a pull apart at the end. But basically, they talk about everything this means to them. They talk about they put everything full circle with what it was like when they first started. They talk about how each other is rated RKO, how they've made each other better as a tag team, how they've made each other better as friends and as enemies. They talk about the one-on-one matches they've had throughout their careers. They talk about the ones they had at even back all the way, because it's 2023, all the way back in 2021 when they had those great matches.
The greatest wrestling match of all time.
Yeah. And then, so in the main event of WrestleMania, it's another fantastic match combining Randy's super fluid in-ring work with Edge's impeccable in-ring storytelling. And Edge is down. He's staggering to his feet. Randy's doing the thing when he's getting ready to hit the RKO. He goes for it, and then Edge hooks his arms from behind, hits the kill switch as an homage to his best friend and legendary tag team partner, Christian Cage. Randy's down. Edge goes to the corner. The crowd's going crazy as Edge's like, get up, getting ready for the spear. Randy staggers to his feet. Edge charges up for the spear, and right as he's about to get there, Randy, with his last breath of air in his lungs, hits an RKO out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3, Randy Orton, the 17-time world champion. And who better to present him with the belt than the guy who everyone's forgotten about the plane ride from hell, Hulk Hogan came back after dropping a racial slur. Bruno Sammartino came back. The Ultimate Warrior's in the Hall of Fame. So Ric Flair presents Randy Orton, one of the greatest wrestler of all time, Ric Flair. Randy Orton's mentor in Evolution, Ric Flair, presents Randy Orton with his 17th World Championship.
Did he low blow him?
Did Randy Orton RKO Ric Flair? I guess
no.
Okay.
We wanted it clean. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to mention. In both matches, there was no healing. Everything was super clean.
Okay.
Interesting. But Edge never tag team with Christian Cage.
Oh, Christian. Sorry,
Christian Cage is
Christian Cage is his indie name.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys, I like both of them. The only thing I feel like, especially Dom's, you missed is having Edge and Christian go at
I know. I thought about it. But I didn't want to have like too many WWE. I was like, am I gonna make the whole AEW like Survivor Teams WWE former guys? And I was like, I don't know.
No, it was.
Other than that, yeah, I understand.
I definitely do see Kevin Owens turning on.
Mm-hmm.
He would be the one.
He would be the one.
He's a prize fighter. Yeah, so I feel like but all stories made sense in a way. Just different ways to go about it. I knew Eric as soon as Eric said Randy Orton's name. I knew he was. I knew it. It was both good stories. I don't know who I would give it to.
Should we just write it on a card so we can reveal it? So it's not like bias kind of thing.
Yeah, I got a piece of paper.
I
don't know about a pencil here.
Yeah, so it's not like, oh, Cody, you didn't give me the point, I'm not giving you the point kind of thing.
Fuck,
I almost last second changed it to Edge winning, so just to lock up Dom's vote.
I also have a pen and pencil.
This is hard because I like both make sense. Eric kind of feels like straight out of 2010 as well.
There's only so much.
I know. Yeah. I have to think of who did the best with what they were given. Damn, this is hard. Okay, I know who I'm picking. It's difficult, but
yeah, I wanted to pick different people, but it's like
no, I get that.
Yeah, other than
after
Edge, I think the next most titles is like 8. So to get 4 people to 16,
you can like future book like 2023 and can say like Braun Breaker is gonna break.
Braun Breaker wins the title every week.
Yeah, he gets 16 titles in 2 years.
Roman or something.
Honestly, I almost thought like at the beginning you could have went with Charlotte because technically,
Charlotte would have been a shoo-in.
It was, but I would have had to get somebody else, another woman, to 16.
Well, Sasha has like 7 already.
Yeah, I had to give her 9 more. My big with the 4 guys that I chose, the most I had to give was Edge because he's 11.
Yeah,
and you can.
I thought Edge was 13.
Oh, but I don't know. But either
how
way,
many was Triple H?
Triple H and Randy are both 14.
That must have been a fucking awful year for wrestling.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm not booking how we got there. I'm not booking how we got there. I'm booking.
Right, I have my vote. Do we all reveal on 3?
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
So
we both picked. We each got 1 vote.
Are we all tied then?
Yeah.
Okay, then. There we go. Everybody wins. I'll take it. Should we talk about why we picked one over the other?
Yeah, I can go first. I know it's more the fault of the actual storyline itself, other than the booking, but like I just like Dom's. I like the build up to because I could actually see this stuff happening with Kenny being a goofball about the stuff and like all that stuff. The only thing I do gripe on you is the Big E stuff from the majority of the feud. Okay. I feel like if that's what happens, I feel like you should be teasing Roman versus Kenny the whole year. Because that's what everyone wants to see. And I do think you left out Adam Hangman Page.
Yeah, I left out a couple guys.
You left out a couple guys.
Because I wanted to have their own kind of, they're like They don't care about the AW invasion.
And I think the Vince McMahon voice impressions really sold me.
Yeah, I put a lot of effort into that. All right, I'll talk about why I picked Eric. So I looked at this who took the farthest the story with what they were given with. Again, breaking Ric record is a bit more difficult to book than 4 Horsewomen. You have more of a range, and I do like the 4 Horsewomen stuff. I just don't like that. I feel like Charlotte and Becky and Bayley got a little bit together too easily. Bayley coming back as a face, I'm like, that's not. I don't know.
I mean, she's gonna come back as a face when she returns.
We don't know yet.
Yeah,
I like the whole Sasha stuff, like her being neglected. I knew that once he said that, he's like, oh, she's gonna beat all of them, get all the titles.
Hey, I swerved you though after. I swerved you a little bit.
Yeah, the Shayna stuff was cool, but then with Eric, I feel like I understand how he booked it. I would have done it differently, but I like the whole the swerve because I thought, oh, Triple H and John Cena, because and then Edge with the when I'm like, oh yeah, I forget Eric is a big Randy Orton fan. I'm like, okay, and then Randy Orton's gonna win, and then passing down the torch because Ric Flair's the one who actually, yeah, we get it. Okay, we see it. He's the one who taught him the ropes, and then he's gonna, the mentor, the mentee, or the Padawan, or whatever you want to call it. Like, the mentor passes down the torch of the next greatest champion of all time. So that's why I picked Eric's. Yeah. Yeah.
I picked Cody because I thought Dom's was a huge mess.
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
I'm not saying it was bad. It was just like, it was a very and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it was a very AEW angle. Like, every week somebody's going to invade and attack somebody.
No. It wasn't every week. No, that wasn't every week. Definitely not. Because Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, there wasn't any feuds between Royal Rumble and Survivor Series.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Every step of the story was like, now this person's going to be, and that's just you know what kind of wrestling fan I am. I'm like, yeah, come. And
I try to hold. That's why I try to hold back of the people coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost picked you specifically for not putting Orange Cassidy in there. And I think honestly, I think I would have picked you if Cody didn't end it with the swerve and Shayna going over. That was
a good swerve.
That was awesome. Yeah, I really liked the I just like the 4 Horsemen as a faction thing. I really wanted that. I wanted that one bad, but yeah, that one. No, it was good. They were both good. It was just it was just Cody booked it more of a way that resonates with me as a wrestling fan.
Understandable.
I also one more thing about Doms. I know you're like a huge CM Punk guy and you get the slack for it. I would have added more CM Punk to this because of the history he has with Vince. I would have had CM Punk cut a promo, do something.
I mean, I had a segment with him and Vince as well when I leave.
Yeah, but it was like the GTS thing.
I just didn't want to overbear it. Like the main center I wanted is Kenny versus Roman. That's the main center point I wanted, and I feel like that's a good center point because they're both comparable, 1 and 2, big champions. Yeah. Should we spin the wheel for next week?
Let me get the list up so we know what number is what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, are we doing predictions for Crown Jewel? We should save it for Raw.
I think we should probably wait and see.
Yeah, let's save it.
Because after tomorrow, aren't we gonna know what the finals are for both of the tournaments?
Yep.
Well, we already know Finn's in it. We just know.
We know that Finn's in it. We know that Zelina Vega's in it. We just don't know who they're facing.
Yeah, we should wait till we get a definitive answer.
That's fine. We'll have a review up for tomorrow, Raw. I don't know what time yet, but
we'll find it. We'll find.
Also, WrestlePoint will be. I think we might be changing our schedule a little. We'll still have the Saturday stream, but we might have to change because Dynamite is not on Wednesdays anymore. So
the whole TBS thing screwed us.
Yeah. So we might have to start doing a Monday stream for Dynamite because it's on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got the booking list, the fantasy booking topics for whenever you want to spin the wheel.
Do you want me to spin it, Dom, or do you want to do it?
You can. Can you say
my phone?
Yeah.
So we want I guess I guess just 1 through 10, and then I'll let you guys know if you landed on a repeat.
No, can you say the list again? I'm just curious.
So the list right now, we have the ones remaining. We have a Big E heel turn, WWE Championship unification match, Super Elite split up, WWE versus NXT winner take all, Chris Jericho retirement match, Bray Wyatt AEW debut, Roman Reigns versus The Rock, and that's it actually. Yeah,
I know which one I don't want. There's a one I just.
So then we just need a wheel with just 1 through 7.
How about this? If I spin it and it lands on one that's not taken, I get to pick mine.
Well, no, you can just do 1 through 7 because 8, 9, and 10 are the ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cody's trying to cheat the system.
Yeah.
There's one I really want. So
there's one I really don't want, and I hope I don't get it.
which one is that? I just want to know. Just so.
It's just the NXT one.
Oh, that's the one I want.
Oh,
that's the one I don't want because I'm gonna have to book. Because I feel like I'm gonna have to book another another
Invasion.
Lost thing.
Yeah.
All right, so I go first.
Yes.
Okay. Come on, get the. Which one's NXT? I want you to get.
I'll let you know.
Really?
I had to spin it again and land on them.
Really? My God.
No.
Again?
Oh my God, Cody.
It's not my fault.
Fucking.
6.
6. That is Bray Wyatt AEW debut.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know if I like that.
That is a good one.
All right, who wants to go next for the spin?
I'll go. I'll go.
Dom just doesn't. Dom wants NXT to be off the board.
I do. That's not
5.
NXT.
5.
5. That's a Chris Jericho retirement match.
Oh, that's a good one too.
I know. That's the one I wanted.
All right, Dom, ready?
Which ones are left? Can you just say which ones are left for me?
NXT versus WWE winner take all. NXT versus WWE winner take all. NXT invasion of WWE. WWE versus NXT.
Just spin
Okay,
it.
so the ones that are actually left are Big E heel turn, WWE World Championship unification match, Super Elite split up, WWE versus NXT winner take all, and Roman versus The Rock. Okay.
Okay, I know which one I want.
We want Dom to get number 4. 7. That's Roman Reigns versus The Rock.
You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. That's not that bad.
And NXT's still up there for me for next.
And you know what? You know what is good about it? I don't have to book SummerSlam. I can just book from now to WrestleMania. And that's all.
Bray Wyatt debut. I don't know how.
You can. There's a lot of directions.
I like the Jericho.
I'm not a huge AEW guy, so it's going to be hard for me.
I wanted the Jericho. I wanted the AEW one to be honest.
I know exactly who's going to retire Chris Jericho in my story. I just don't know how we're going to get there.
Salt of the earth.
See, Big Show is going to retire because he was tagging.
QT Marshall.
QT Marshall. It's gonna be what's his name? Jason Agogo, whatever his name is.
All right, so we'll do fantasy. I don't know when. When do you guys want to do Saturday? Do you want to plan for Saturday?
Probably plan. Yeah, I guess plan for Saturday. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I'll pretty much be. I'm free at this time almost every day.
Yeah, I'm free. We have to give you guys more episodes because we did take away a lot last couple weeks.
I got a little busy.
Yeah, so but I think that's for WrestlePoint. We will be back tomorrow for Raw review, and then in Crown Jewel predictions, where I take the lead over Eric finally. And
I've got the. Are we including even though we all just got one? Are the votes for points?
Oh no, I was just doing that for fun.
Okay.
So what is it? What for the prediction? What is the score right now?
I've got them right in front of me. I have 27 points. Dom has 26. Cody has 25. That's as of the draft.
I'm gonna take a 3 point. Crown Jewel is this is the pay per view that Eric can either go to all the way to the top or he can sink all the way down. Because this is a prediction.
I already know one match almost for sure that Cody and I are going to disagree on.
Well, that's it for WrestlePoint. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Adios.